But I take myself full accountable, and I just keep going with it. But just don't make the same mistake twice. And that, I feel like that's really key, man. A lot of people, there's some business owners out there that just literally let go of people, and then that's emotional. But you look at the whole business. You look at their whole business. You look at their whole team. You think that team really trusts their owner, trusts their leader?
They're not gonna have much. They're not gonna have much trust. They're gonna think the leadership's poor, and he's constantly just taking people out. When something just doesn't fit his cup of tea.
Yeah, people gonna feel like they're fucking walking on eggshells and shit like that all the fucking time. And
they're gonna hate the culture.
They're gonna hate the culture. They're gonna feel like they're gonna feel fear of taking action because they don't wanna fucking get fired. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, man. Build a team where it's just like, hey, fail forward, fail forward, take action. But hey, if you make a big mistake, honestly, we'll take that big hit, and then you gotta have those conversations. Be like, if you run into somebody where they do make a big mistake on your team, and let's say you lose 25, 45,000, even. Probably 50,000 on the deal, right?
Okay.
You end up bringing them to you, said, hey, to be honest, you know why I'm talking to you, right? And you'd be like, yeah. Hey, you actually made a mistake that fucked us up and lost a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
I got it.
And then it's just like, and then he's gonna come to an understanding where it's just like, okay, now you know what not to do again. Now you know what not to do again, and you can actually learn from this and actually move forward. But let's not make the same mistake twice. Let's actually understand what we fucked up on, and let's just keep moving forward, and let's just keep dominating. But learn from this, and that builds trust, that builds respect. Between the owner and the team member, and it's like,
because it shows them like
you have his back. Like it literally shows like, hey, don't worry. This is
the worst that can happen, man.
Yeah,
as long as you don't screw me over, you don't screw anyone here over.
Yeah, and you do everything with respect, with pure intentions. And I understand, like, maybe this is a mistake that lost us a lot of money. Okay, bro, it's cool, man. We still have we still have 10, 15.
We still got more prospects in the pipeline.
Yeah, we still have a shitload more in the pipeline. Why are we gonna end up worrying about one? Hey, man, let's take this punch to the gut and let's keep moving forward.
Yeah. And
then you're building a culture. You're building a culture of trust where it's like, okay, like, they know not to fuck up again, but they learn from it. They actually
they know that they're not running on the short leash.
Exactly.
They're going all out, guns blazing every single day. It's, you kind of have to find like something in the middle, right? Like where they're free and they feel like they could go all out, but not too free to the point where they might try to want to take advantage of the organization or maybe another team member. You have to, really get in there somewhere 50-50.
Yeah.
And then like constant team meetings, that helps a lot. Like the team huddles you do with your organization. We're going to start doing it with AMG Real Estate, because it's really setting that expectation for every single week, because, you can show somebody the Q4 goals on your conveyor belt, right? But then what happens week 3, week 4, week 5? They completely forgot about it. You got to be constantly checking in and on a week to week basis.
What's a big thing that a lot of people, just not just me saying this, a lot of people, communication between the company is key. For an example, each company within the brand catalog has each company within that brand catalog, each company, those team members are communicating with each other. Those departments are communicating with each other. Like Elite Caliber Investments, that real estate company, those departments are all communicating with each other. Making sure, keeping each other accountable to actually get deals flowing through the conveyor belt, through the sales process. You get me? Because without communication, people are going to be like, what the fuck going on? Imagine, like, literally, bro, let's say a quarterback goes on the line, ready to snap the ball. You think Bro, you think he's not going to communicate with his whole line? Man, calling out the blitz?
It's the same thing as
calling out the blitz, calling out the coverage.
Yeah, like, you got to be calling out, hey, the blitz is coming. Yeah. They're creeping up. They're double teaming that guy.
If the quarterback not calling it out, like, the team ain't going to know.
Yeah. Your head coach is communicating. Guys, a football team, NBA, NFL team, NBA team, soccer team. It's all the same thing. Everyone's communicating. All the coaches, the full-on staff, every single player in every field.
Before the game, during the game, after the game, even weeks preparing, the week preparing for the game. All communication, making sure they're in sync, making sure everything is aligned and the game plan is locked in to execute what they got to execute for that.
Yeah, it's the same thing, guys. It's the same thing. Offense, defense, special teams. It's basically different departments. I think me and Jason always talk about it because we both play sports in high school, and we really think that there's like an actual correlation with someone that actually plays sports and is successful in life and in business overall, just because they got those systems down early versus maybe they're 20, 25, 30, 40 years old. And maybe they never had the proper guidance and an actual idea of what a good system looks like. And then maybe they go get a job at a place that just has a horrible system. And, unfortunately, that's why people end up in the rat race. They don't have a clarity of what a good system looks like, what healthy operations and like a good sales process looks like. They'll go into a bad company, a poorly run company. And then life hits you. You start having responsibilities, kids, and all these other different things that happen to you in life. And then, unfortunately, that's where people get caught up in the rat race.
Yeah. I mean, everything all breaks down to systems and processes. Like, understand that the way how I kind of run, for an example, this is not even an example, this is the truth. Elite Caliber, my brand, that brand catalog, literally, that real estate company, those people that are in the real estate company only communicate with each other.
Yeah.
Other other companies in that brand catalog, they communicate those
with each other, right?
The insurance company communicates only with the insurance team. Whoever's in that company. The logistics, those are the people that are running in the logistics company. Those are the people that are
same people contact.
So and then. Especially the brand, the people that are in administration, HR, literally customer service that are operating and that are in the brand, overseeing the brand. They have their own they have their daily team huddles and they're communicating with each other. And every company is communicating within each other. You want to keep everything separate. You want to keep everything organized. Every team member, like for an example, you're not gonna see my real estate company communicating with the insurance company. If they're not in the same company, they don't communicate with each other. If they are in the same company, they communicate with each other. It's a team, and that team stays within the team. And it's that's how I basically like it. And at the end of the day, when you're actually building your systems and process, just building out your blueprint in general, just to give you guys a plug, well, you guys could end up building your company blueprints, your company structures, or your department structures. You could use the Trello. I use Trello to build my company blueprints.
We'll put a link down in the description for you guys to make it easier for you.
We use Trello, to basically put our company blueprints to life. So for an example, I have an account on Trello for my brand. And every company that I'm building under that brand catalog, literally I'm creating the blueprints, within that brand account. And to be honest with you, my real estate company, it has a separate Trello account, and that's where I created that's where I have the real estate company blueprint, and I have the department boards for each department, so they're literally locked in on their specific tasks, their priorities, what they have to do on a daily basis, basically so they could log in and put in their KPIs on what they did for that day, and so basically on the main brand account on Trello, that's where I have all my main company blueprints for that brand catalog.
You got your goals.
I'm a very fucking organized person. I don't like doing shit mixed up, just doing mixed everywhere. So it was like, I'm going the route where I'm building a brand catalog, just like how Amazon is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real.
Amazon, eBay, Macy's. I'm sure you guys have gotten a big ass catalog in the mail at some point with someone trying to sell you some products, services.
Well, yeah,
especially
But it's like the way I'm kind of setting it is like I'm just building a brand that is just setting the new motherfucking standard, and really that brand is just gonna build. That brand is literally just gonna build multiple, power companies within recession-proof industries. So that's the whole point of the brand catalog. So that's why all the companies that I'm building under the Elite Caliber brand, I literally have a specific Trello account for the brand, and every company that I'm building, I'm literally structuring the full blueprint, in that Trello account. And I'm basically, because what I used to do is I already created a Google spreadsheet setting up my full company blueprint, but I'm like, man, what can I actually
something to take you to the next level.
Take me to the next level and actually get that blueprint and put it to life. So the way I kind of see it is I took that blueprint, I took that blueprint from my real estate company, and I got that, and I just put it down, and I just put it on Trello, and I just create everything. Basically stating what does my company do. For an example, I'm looking at my real estate company blueprint and my company structure, just basically stating, what my company specializes in, what does it do, what do we stand on, from what's our company culture, the way I like to call it, our Elite Caliber creed.
Yeah.
Then going down from the core values and standards, what do we stand on, the expectations on what we set for this real estate company, specifically for this real estate company. What's the standards, what we stand on, moving down to what's our goals and targets for this company, how many deals we trying to close within the month, our quarter goals within the year, how you basically even having how do we look as a future, how do we look in the future?
What's our future growth looking like?
What's our future growth looking like for the company? How many people do we want on the staff? And where do we want to be, in the future, looking into the future as a company.
Yeah, because
you want to look into,
it's reverse engineering, right?
And
reverse engineering all your goals.
And it's just looking into like, okay, how much we trying to make in literally how much we trying to make in revenue every month within that real estate company. And then going down is just basically stating what's our systems, operating procedures, our company operations, basically explaining our company culture, the company software and tools that we utilize within the whole machine, and basically just breaking down and just keeping track of our company operating expenses. And then,
that's a big one. That's a big one right there.
Yeah, that's a big one.
On your ad spend, marketing spend, and everything else in the company.
Yeah, like your financials, like how you're basically running your financial accounts. You know what I'm saying? Like us personally, we're running the profit first model.
Profit first is the best, guys.
That's
what we're always emphasizing on that to everybody. Even people who's like barely starting their business, profit first, the best way. You got your main account, right? Your main account is your revenue account. So say $1,000 comes into the revenue account. Then you'll have 4 other accounts that actually have like a filter. They're pretty much set to, hey, whenever the revenue account gets hit, the salary account gets 15%, tax account gets 10%, marketing account gets 10%, profit account gets 50%.
Yeah.
So you can play with it.
So yeah, like basically understanding is just company has 6 accounts. You have your revenue, your profit, your owner's salary, you have your business expenses, taxes. And to me, you have every company should have this, have an extra bank account for marketing.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah, it's everything.
And then, that one check will literally, let's say you make $100,000, all that will land into the revenue account. once it lands into the revenue account, you set and locked in to all the accounts that once this lands into the account, a certain percentage distributes to each of those accounts. So 10% to the profit, 10% to owner salary, 10% for the business operations expenses, 10% to the taxes, 10% for marketing. You know, and then and that's how you.
It's all fully customizable, guys. I mean, you know, and when you're starting your company, it's gonna be different. 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down with your company. You know, you might start changing up the percentages a little bit, but you want to stay somewhere near. You want to stay consistent. You want to stay consistent the way you're running the company.
And you know, that's how it is. And once keeping track on that, you know, then after that, then it comes down to, you know, understanding and building in the blueprint. What department specifically for the real estate, you know, how we have it set up for our real estate company is like, what departments are within the real estate company? You have your administration, department, you know, and to be honest with you, if you're going out full marketing, you know, spending on billboards, you know, actually paying for that attention,
paying for the eyeballs,
you know, paying for that brand awareness, you know, so you can have that marketing department you know, manages, takes care of you know, SEO and PPC ads, you know, basically take care of the social media ads for your end. And also take care of if you're doing any physical, you know, brand awareness and marketing, billboards, you know, doing everything out on the street, then
they're all responsible for that.
That marketing department is responsible. Prospecting department. Our prospecting department, that's basically where you know, where everybody would start. They were to start brand new within the company, you know, and especially if that's what we always want to make sure we put our people in the right position, you know. So basically the prospecting department, that's our call center, you know. Those are the people that are going to be, you know, cold calling people, doing outbound marketing, you know, to probates, to vacant properties, to absentee owners, you know, water shutoffs, you know, code violations,
recently arrested,
all that, you know, and recently arrested. So getting the prospecting department, they're gonna be in the call center, cold calling, you know, to those marketing lists. We have our qualifying department. Our qualifying department is basically the department that, you know, qualifies the sellers if they're actually serious in selling. You know, we don't want our acquisition department talking to tire kickers that are not even serious. You know, that's just like, oh, they just want to get their number and they're not even looking to sell within the 3 months. They're not even looking to sell within 30 days. They're just entertaining the conversation because they don't got nothing better to do. You know, so that's what the qualifying department literally eliminates.
They're filtering all the tire kickers, because at the end of the day, guys, you don't want any.
They're the gatekeepers.
You don't want any department to be exhausted because the department next door didn't do their job properly. So that's why everyone's got to be on their ass. You got to be. It's the same thing as a football team, right? I mean, if you're lined up at center, you got to be on the left guard's ass, the right guard's ass, the left tackle, right tackle. You got to be in sync with everybody. So that's kind of we run our companies the same way. You know, we don't want to exhaust any department. Everyone has to be able to hit their goals.
Exactly. You know, so once going on from the qualifying department, you know, you actually filter out any, you know, tire kickers. Then next, you know, once they're actually serious and selling, and we actually gave them a free estimate on where we need to be at to actually purchase this property and close on it. If that's an offer that they're wanting to, you know, if that fits for them, you know, if that's the right fit for them, then and they're actually ready to sign the contract, we send that lead over to the acquisitions department. Acquisition department writes up the contract on the firm number what we're gonna execute. Basically, going over the contract with them, the terms and conditions on, you know, basically on where we're at to execute on the property. Once they're serious on wanting to sell and they sign that contract would then be split and be, you know, right there, once getting that contract signed, right there we analyze, okay, are we going to keep this property for ourselves, or we're going to close on this property, wholesale it, or we're just going to, just to sign it quickly.
Yeah, that's where you make the decision of what the proper exit strategy is, and that's all that is, guys.
Because at the end of the day, if we were just gonna automatically wholesale it fast and assign it real quick, then right there, then that lead, the way our CRM operates, is that lead would end up being sent to the dispositions and the transactions department at the same time. So the transaction department literally does their job and literally opens title and escrow on that property, so they could start their process on what they got to do with that title on their side.
They're putting the updates in.
While our dispositions department is literally they either have a cash buyer, an active investor that's literally locked in and ready to execute on that contract.
Yeah.
Or two, literally they're in the process of going and finding a buyer ASAP and a cash investor to execute on that real quick. So, and then from right there, once actually getting a buyer already locked in place, you have your transactions, you have your transaction coordination department doing what they got to do, communicating, locking in and communicating with the buyer, locking them in with that contract. Also, if they have to, they're also in communication, calling, notifying the property owner on how the escrow process is going, making sure they're okay and they're confident, providing
touching base with them every 3 days.
Yeah, every 3 days.
Just to make sure that everything's in tune and, the seller doesn't have any questions, concerns. Sometimes they want to back out all the way towards the end, because of poor communication, guys. There you go.
A lot of people lose a lot of deals just because of poor communication. And, and that's what, I mean, to be honest with you, it's like, I had to come to a point where I was working on my communication.
Yeah.
But in the transaction,
it's a hard trait to keep sharpening the iron, because it's a what do they call it? It's a perishable skill. It's a perishable skill for communication. Like everything else. You don't lift weights, you don't run, you don't read. You start sucking at it, guys. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So always be practicing with your teammates to be able to keep that communication on sync.
So our departments is basically the way how the deals will literally flow from all the way from lead generation to closing on a contract, based all on communication. The departments within the real estate company need to be communicating with each other and keeping each other accountable to get deals flowing through the conveyor belt. Literally, because without no communication and actually finding out, and people are actually aware of what's actually going on in the company, people are gonna, things are not gonna end up flowing. Communication is the key, with accountability and discipline of getting the motherfucking work done.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you, Jason. So yeah, guys, we pretty much went over the whole conveyor belt today. If you guys got any questions, concerns, and maybe some video ideas for the next upcoming podcasts, just drop it down in the comment section, and we'll check it out. Me and the team at AMG and EC Investments, we'll see what's the proper fit for the next video. And yeah, guys, anything else you want to say, Jason, before we close it out?
Do everything, just literally going all fucking out. Just go all in. Just literally become.
It's almost a new year.
Become the elite caliber individual that you literally gotta be, and just fucking dominate, because you're gonna end up getting to a point in age where you're gonna. If you're a dedicated entrepreneur and you wanna, and literally this is your life, it's mandatory. At the end of the day, like, if you really want something bad, relentless,
you're gonna make it happen.
Your one is so bad, like it's not if it doesn't happen, then it will fucking happen, and it is gonna happen. And if you have that fucking
you gotta have the grit. Have the grit,
you
guys.
Gotta go all fucking in, and especially if that means sleeping in the floor in your office, if that means doing all those late nights, just ditching out of those parties, fucking just not going to the bar with your friends or homies, and just you going all in into your vision. Hey, that's the best thing you could ever fucking do. to be real. Because the biggest regret that you will ever have is literally looking back and saying that you could have gone harder, you could have done things better. Fuck that shit.
Guys, regret. You
that
can't
shit
reverse
haunts
regret.
You, man.
You can't
that
reverse
shit
regret,
haunts you, man. Real fucking talk. What about you?
You know, I think I got pretty much everything in, but to add to what Jason was saying, you kind of have to treat entrepreneurship just like something that doesn't end. You know, you just have to keep plowing into the snow, plowing into the snow, plowing into the snow. Your excuses just have to be extracted. You know, you just have to take it day by day, and eventually you're gonna see if you're built for this. Okay, it's not for everybody, but for the people that do want to subscribe to entrepreneurship, it's the best thing on the planet, because it's gonna give you the keys to make the biggest impact, you know, in your lifetime. In my opinion, that's what I feel, because an entrepreneur, think about how many lives, how many jobs, how many families an entrepreneur can help, versus if you're just being selfish and you're just working a job, right? How many people can you really help just working a job?
Provide opportunities.
Exactly. When you're an entrepreneur, you're putting food on everyone's table. Everyone's table, your whole family, families. So that's why we do this, guys. That's why we do this, you know, just because we're thinking about the bigger picture, and it's bigger than us. It's not just about us and us making a lot of money. It's more to it.
So where could people go follow you, man? Where could people know about your business? You know, where could they go find you, man?
Yeah, man. So you guys can find me at AMG Real Estate. We'll put it in the link down below. I also got my realtor page, Deluxe_Antonio. I do a lot of personal and, you know, more like the family transactions on that page. AMG Real Estate, it's more for investments. And Jason, where can we find you at, man? So we can get that subscribe going.
Well, man, you can find me on True Jason Rivera on Instagram. Is TRUEJEISON Rivera RIVERA, and you can find me at Jason Rivera on YouTube. True Jason Rivera. Okay. And what we basically went over today on the real estate company structure, we went over Elite Caliber Investments. You know, the way, Elite Caliber Investments is my real estate company, owned and operated by Elite Caliber. You know, so basically, that was the real estate company structure, ECI, Elite Caliber Investments. You can find, basically, if you wanna follow the brand, just go to @Elite Caliber Official on Instagram and Elite Caliber on LinkedIn. You know, and
awesome.
Basically, and anything that you guys wanna know about the real estate company, you know, about how to build the brand, hey, tap in with me on Instagram, send me a DM. And yeah, what we went over today, that was specifically Elite Caliber Investments, the real estate company, and owned and operated and managed by Elite Caliber.
That's awesome, guys. I mean, you heard it here first. You know, I mean, systems is everything. You know, no matter what industry you're in. And I know you guys will put this to work. If you guys are serious business people, it's an automatic thing. It's an automatic thing.
And before we end this, man, hey, without systems and processes and a blueprint, you don't have clarity.
Yeah.
Clarity is everything. If you don't have clarity, you don't know what's the next right step you could take.
You don't know what the next 5 steps are, guys, because you don't know what the hell the next 5 steps are. Exactly. You have no idea what the next 1 or 2 steps are. Right?
Have clarity in your business. Have literally set up that blueprint. You could what we use to build our blueprints, you know, from our company blueprints to literally having a specific account for that company so we could set up department boards. Basically Trello. I mean, I use Trello. I love
Trello.
Trello
is the most user-friendly thing that we found, guys. Very easy to set up. Took me about 20-30 minutes to kind of get the hang of it.
And just to clarify, Trello is just for the company blueprints.
Yeah.
We use literally a different software for the CRM, for our CRM. Yeah. So, but set up your company blueprint, set up that infrastructure. And no matter what company you're planning to build, no matter even if you want to build a brand catalog, you know, how I got going on, you know, how we got going on, is literally is just depending on what you want to do is your vision. And the reason why we're telling Trello, because you can literally get your blueprint and put it to life, and now you can actually, you have a full map on the company you want to build. You know what? So basically, what your company specializes in, what's its core values, what's the standard of expectations, the goals and targets that you guys, you know, plan to set it for yourselves. Who's your guys' target audience, and you know what systems and processes you guys use. Basically, breaking it down to what's the softwares and tools you guys use within that machine. Then what departments are within that company. Explain what each department does and who they gotta communicate within that department to actually get deals flowing and actually make some fucking cash within that machine and start making that money printing machine fucking go and start flowing consistently as a power train. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
guys.
Yeah, so we wanted to break this down, just explain it to you. But hey, we appreciate you guys listening and actually, you know, we enjoy the time.
If you guys made it this far, you know, really appreciate it, guys. You know, I mean, you're taking time out of your day to actually invest in yourself and have a better life, a better business. You know, give your team members a way better experience. If you guys can like and subscribe the channel, and you know that would be amazing. It'll help us out a lot, guys. But it's also going to help out a lot of entrepreneurs. So the more people that know about us, the more that they can actually get all this value. And we're just giving all this for free, guys. You know, we've invested over 6 figures, me, Jason, and, you know, our other partners, over 6 figures in education. So you guys are getting this for free. So take advantage of it, guys, because, you know, at the end of the day, it takes investing some money in yourself to actually get to the next level.
Yeah, man. Well, we appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening, tapping in, and we hope you guys just be safe out there, man. Hey, just keep going hard, just keep fucking hustling. Hey, and
you guys got this.
If people over here throwing negative shit in your journey, hey, just keep that mind bulletproof and just keep on going, and don't let nobody tell you anything different. You feel me?
Let's go, guys. See you on the next one.
Good shit, man.
Good shit.
Fuck yeah.
That was pretty smooth.
That shit ain't on.